There are a number of YouTube communities that I consider myself to belong to. Obviously, this channel is mostly about beauty and related topics, so I consider myself to be a member of the beauty community here on YouTube. Similarly, as a vegan and as a subscriber of many vegan YouTubers, I consider myself to belong to the online YouTube vegan community. This community is currently undergoing a make or break situation, and I don't want it to break. I see a number of things happening that displease and embarrass me. I see a number of things which are bordering on illegal. I see a lot of things which are really dangerous, dangerous to individuals and dangerous to the group as a whole, dangerous to this community. And I think it's about time that we took a breath, stepped back from the drama, and assessed what is going on in a logical, calm, and rational manner, and then to come to some genuine and general understanding of where we can move forward or how we can move forward from here. I don't have the answers. What I do have, though, is an absolute disgust for what I see going on and an absolute desire to grow individually, to evolve individually, and to see this online community that I'm part of also evolve into something more, something better, and something bigger than it definitely currently is, and it probably has been in the past. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be angry or frustrated or saddened or disheartened or annoyed or disgusted with some of the things that you are seeing and hearing here on YouTube. You should be, in my opinion, provoked emotionally by the things that you are seeing and hearing in this vegan community. And if you aren't, this video really isn't for you. But responding in such a manner is not what we should be doing. So as I see it, one of the main issues is bad behaviour. We see 2 or 3 YouTubers in particular who not only behave really badly, but also, in my opinion, illegally, in contravention of YouTube terms of service, and certainly not in a manner that is conducive to growth of this vegan community here on YouTube. Bad behaviour is negative for any community for a number of reasons, and it has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. The second major issue that I see is apathy. Other larger YouTube channels, YouTubers, who, by virtue of the fact that they do have so many tens or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, who do have an authority in this community by virtue of the fact that they have so many subscribers, aren't actually taking the opportunity to speak up rationally and calmly and to pick up that mantle that they have, for better or worse, as leaders and authority figures in this group, in this community, in this movement, whatever you want to call it, that they aren't actually picking up that baton of leadership and doing something constructive with it. I heard a really large YouTuber in the last day or two make some statements specifically about this community and the issues going on with regards to Freely and Durian Rider, and he basically said that, look, you know, I have a relationship with these people and I'm not about to just come out and smash them. And if that's what he thinks is required, then I'm really, really sad for that, because I think the third issue that we really need to talk about moving forward is how we relate to each other, how we show respect for each other, and how we can encourage our subscribers, our followers, our viewers, and the community in general, whether they be content creators or people who consume the content. You know, how can we encourage all of us in this community to engage more really, if that makes any sense? Clearly, I don't know anything at all about your upbringing, so I'm just going to share some of mine with you so that you know where we're at. My parents raised me as a devout and practicing Christian, and along with that comes a ready-made set of moral values, behavioural guidelines, and expectations as to how I should generally compose and conduct myself, relate to other people in my, church or religious community, how I should relate to people outside of my immediate church or community, religious community. And at the end of the day, the founding principle had to be treat other people how you want to be treated. Clearly, these are really tricky issues, and we really need to have a clear and an open, a public discussion about what should be done, about some of the behavioural norms that we wish to encourage and those that we wish to very clearly and unequivocally say are not okay. See, here's the thing. Humans are fallible. All of us, myself included. We all make mistakes. We all say things in the heat of the moment. We all do things that we think we can get away with when we think no one can see or is watching. We all do and say and think things that when we look back, we realise we probably shouldn't have. So it's how we deal with that that's really important. Do we exercise intellectual honesty, admit that we've made a mistake, say our genuine sorries, make reparations if required, demonstrate our contrition genuinely, ask for forgiveness when it's necessary, and then take that as a learning experience? I'd argue that that's the type of thing that we should be doing, but it's not the easy thing to do, and it's not what we see most people do most of the time, and honestly, it's not my own first response when I'm caught out or when things become obvious or when I make a mistake. It isn't my first reaction. It isn't my first instinct, but it is something that I want to make more instinctive. It is something that I do want to model for my kids. It is something that I am actually practicing. And it's hard, but it's possible. We need to stop the aggression. We need to stop the constant self-sustaining cycle of reaction and reaction to the reaction. And then reaction to the reaction to the reaction. I mean, really? The online vegan community is starting to look like the Middle East. It's starting to look like the Gaza Strip people. See, at the moment, here on YouTube, we're stuck in this constant merry-go-round of finger-pointing, of aggression, and of trying to score brownie points. I see video after video of YouTubers who are, in my opinion, rightly outraged by what they see. But rather than do something constructive with their outrage, with their anger, with their frustration, they just make obscene, rude, aggressive, reactionary videos. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have these reactions. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be angered or frustrated. But I am saying that you probably shouldn't be making videos from that position of outrage and anger and frustration. If you have a legitimate point to make, which I actually believe that most of us do when we look at Freely and Durian Rider and that vegan couple, and we see them behaving abysmally, stealing content, acting completely hypocritically, making deeply offensive comments about victims of domestic abuse not being the victims but being the reason, like being the cause. These things are deeply offensive to me. They really get me angry. But I don't think that spewing more hate, spewing more anger is going to help the overall situation. Do I have any answers for what we should do? At this point, no. And I think that really is the crux of the issue here. So I think what we really need to do is to approach YouTube, to air these issues with YouTube at whatever level that we can. And hopefully, if enough of us can reach out to YouTube, it will be seen as being enough of an issue that YouTube will actually engage with us and as a community and take some action. I'm not going to police the comments underneath this video, so have at it. I would like to request that you be respectful, first and foremost, that you don't use profanity. You're better than that. I'd also like to request that we actually keep the comments here pertinent to the discussion. And what I'm really looking for is some list of things that we can do, ideas for solutions to this problem that we're facing. Genuinely, really want to hear back from you. If you want to make me a response video, feel free to make a response video. If you want to send me an email, send me an email. I promise to read every single one of them. I can't promise to respond to every single one of them individually, but let's at least start the conversation. Let's at least agree to move forward in a grown-up and mature fashion, and let's try and be constructive. So if you've got a suggestion for something that I can do to fix this problem, let me know. Thanks for watching.